Hi, everybody. Claudia McMullen here from Hugo Coffee Roasters. As I'm sure everybody knows, Hugo Coffee Roasters is a coffee roasting company whose mission is to save animals by roasting and selling fantastic fair trade organic coffee. And one of the ways we do this is we host week-long fundraisers twice a month for a particular animal rescue or sanctuary. And today we have the crew from Ruff Haven down in Salt Lake with us today. Today we have Kimo, Stan, Christina, and Marissa with us from Ruff Haven. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hey, how are you?
Excellent. So you guys tell everybody who's listening, and I hope all of your fans are, and if not, I hope they all watch this. Tell everybody what it is that Ruff Haven does.
I'll take that one. So I'm Kimo, and we are the 4 co-founders of Ruff Haven, and we just started it last year in June of 2020. Okay. And our mission really is to provide a safe haven for pets when pets and their families are in crisis. So the crisis could include everything from eviction, hospitalization, domestic violence, natural disasters. And so we find that for the most part over the last year that we've been open for business, most of the emergency situations or crisis situations are really around eviction. But we really try to help people whenever there is a crisis to help them let that crisis pass through so that we can also reunite them with their pets after everything is safer to do so.
I love that. I love that mission so much I can't even. Tell me, so it is a foster-based situation, is that right? Or is it a brick and mortar place that people's animals go?
It's both. So we're at, this is Harley right here. He's one of our residents. Yeah, so we do have a brick and mortar boarding facility that we partner with, which Marissa owns. And we also utilize foster homes too.
And how many animals can the brick and mortar take at any given time?
So we can do 30 dogs and we can do 9 cats.
9 cats and 30 dogs.
Yes.
Fantastic. And how big is the foster network?
You know what? I think we have probably about 15 to 20 animals in foster right now. So it just kind of depends on, who's available. So we average anywhere between about 50 to 60 animals at a time in a month. Is kind of our average.
And do you have an average stay?
So I believe the last time we checked, it was about 54 days was kind of our median stay. So sometimes it could be 3 days, depending on what's happening. Sometimes we've had animals here that are a lot longer than that, just depending on kind of the situation and what's happening. Harley has been with us actually a few times. His mom has had some medical issues. But she's currently hopefully in a skilled nursing facility right now, to be able to finally go into assisted living and get some support for herself and then Harley. And so we're hoping that they can be back together again within about a month or two.
Okay. So just FYI, your cause is really near and dear to my heart. I used to run Nuzzles and Company years ago, and when I ran it, we started the Purple Paw Project, which is for domestic abuse. It was a place for domestic abuse victims to bring their animals, because we realized that so many people in abusive relationships, the abuser uses the animal as a means of controlling the abused spouse or partner or whatever. So do you guys take those kinds of circumstances, animals under those kinds of circumstances as well?
We do. Yeah. So we kind of fill in the gap where Purple Paws has some eligibility requirements. So if someone maybe is not working directly with a social services agency, police department, things like that, whoever they have left a toxic or abusive relationship, we will go ahead and support those owners. And something that's really exciting that we haven't really officially announced, but I guess I can share it now, is that we are working with the Humane Society of Utah on a bill to include pets in protective orders. So
excellent.
So that should be coming this legislative session, and we have co-sponsors, and that's super important because, as you know, survivors won't leave their abusive situation if their pets are being threatened or they feel like they're not going to be taken care of. So
sure, I love that. That's wonderful. That's excellent. So tell me the founding story of you guys, the four of you. How did you all get together? How do you know each other? How did you have this spark of an idea of Ruff Haven? And then how long did it take to execute the vision?
I'll start, but I probably might need some help from my other fellow co-founders. But I think that individually, each of us is sort of used to this space. We've all done work that's similar in working with the unsheltered community, in providing, Marissa was already providing spaces for pets that were in crisis or families that were in crisis. So we all kind of came from a background that was similar. And I think that we sort of knew each other from those similar experiences and shared experiences. And I think it was Marissa and Christina who first hatched the idea. I think it was Marissa who was first, presented it to Christina, and then Stan and I got involved as well. So we started talking at the beginning of last year, about January, February or so. And then we opened our doors for business in June. But prior to that, we did a lot of research, made sure that we had our own policies and processes in place that we felt comfortable with, and of course reached out to other organizations that were already doing something similar, so we didn't have to start from absolute zero.
Right.
And
Go ahead.
within those 6 months, we actually sourced and created our management team, our board, got everything together. So when we went to go live, we were completely ready to go.
Look at you guys go. That's awesome. So organized.
We try to be.
Sometimes we are.
Very, very impressive. Most animal rescues, in my experience, that's not how they start. Super organized,
A
like
little
that.
more organic, right? Yeah.
They're like, right. It's like suddenly I have 5 dogs in my house, and now we're gonna take 5 more. Oh my God, there's such a need. Let's buy this other big piece of property, and then we're off to the races.
But I think our shared experiences in the different arenas in which we work and served helped us to kind of formulate this plan together. With Christina as working as a social worker for many years, with Marissa working in animal welfare and owning dogs all day, and with the work that we've done in our professions, it just seemed like a natural fit that we'd all come together and bring our own unique talents and skills to form this organization.
And how about timeliness, man? I mean, the timeliness of what you created could not have been timed better. So many people struggling to keep home, to keep a roof over their head during COVID. I mean, this has been a very difficult time for people and for animal lovers and for animal owners. And so I love that you're addressing this particular need. I think it's fantastic. And I think it is such an amazing service to offer your community, and a hole that has been existing for years.
Yeah. We were aware of the gap that existed because of our work with organizations like Humane Society of Utah, like Salt Lake County Animal Services and Best Friends.
Right.
So the need wasn't new, but our ability to address it just kind of came at a time that happened to coincide with the onset of a global pandemic. So what do you think?
Right. Okay, so here's a question. I think I've told you this before, and if I haven't, I'll tell you it again. My favorite day is Monday, because Monday's when I write the checks for the animal rescues. So this is the call to action time of the live stream, where we let all of our fans know, all of your fans know, that we have 3 more days of this sale. It's an online sale at hugo.coffee. And I donate $2.50 for every item sold on that website. So even if you don't drink coffee, get a hat and say, drink coffee, save dogs, get a mug, whatever. And again, I donate for every item, not every order, every single item sold during the course of the week. It began on Monday morning and it ends at midnight on Sunday. So we want to kill it. We want to kill it. We want to sell coffee this weekend, so I can have a very happy Monday morning when I write you a big old check.
And us too.
Now the next question is, just for the sake of, I'll just throw out a number. Say we get $200, $200 to $300 raised. What would you guys do with that money?
Yeah, so basically kind of our main cost that we work off of is about $20 a day to house or care for an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, that includes the boarding, the volunteers, the staff, medical, food, all of that good stuff. So, you know, $200 would be 10 days basically of being able to provide a family with temporary sheltering for their pet. And so that's huge. You know, sometimes our pet families only require maybe 10 days of care because it's a hospitalization. So during that time, that keeps families together as well as a pet out of the shelter. That's one aspect of our mission, is that we really don't want to utilize resources of the shelters and rescues out there.
Yeah.
That, we are able to kind of fill in for them. So, you know,
it's great. I really hope it's more than 200. I want 500. I want 50 days.
Yeah, with that. And that's so generous. And we appreciate your passion for pets and dogs and, you know, everything.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's kind of been a little bit of an epiphany for me this year, because it's only this year that we started doing these fundraisers.
Oh, okay.
And
wow.
I realized that I get really jazzed by helping the small organizations, right? The small and medium ones, because there's so many of you, and you all have such need. And what's so wonderful for me is, even if I write you a check for only $200, it will have an impact, right? Like, you know, there are so many organizations where I've written checks for over, you know, $1,000, and they don't really care because they get so much money from so many people. But I want to impact the ones that don't get the attention that the big boys get.
That is so sweet of you. And by the way, we are an all volunteer run organization. And so, you know, we really try to put our time and our passion and energy into this, but a little bit of money, $200 for us means that we can provide, you know, life-saving care and reunite a pet with a family who was in crisis. So it means a ton to us, but a ton to the people and the pets that we serve as well.
And, you know, and I want to make sure everybody, all your fans and my fans, know that this is the first of what we hope to be many fundraisers for you. These aren't one-offs. We try to develop relationships with our animal rescue beneficiaries so that we can maybe even learn, like, if we didn't do gangbusters this time, well, what can we do differently the next time? You know, maybe a week isn't the right time period. I don't know, but we'll work through it together and try to raise more and more money every time. So this is just the first of what we hope to be many, and we hope it to be super successful, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get out there and sell that Hugo coffee at Hugo.coffee, so I can write you guys a big old check on Monday morning.
We have some hardcore coffee drinking volunteers. And so we tagged all of them and, you know, made sure that they're supporting and purchasing and, you know.
Well, fantastic. All right, you guys. It's at almost 13 minutes, which is kind of long for a live stream. So we're going to cut this off. But I want you all to have a fantastic weekend, and it's going to be beautiful. And thank you for all you do. I mean, what you do really touches my heart. And I'm so thrilled that you exist and that you're helping those families.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you have a great weekend, and let's write you a big old check on Monday.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.